title of his speech is It's About Family. Please welcome Frank to the lecture. We'll do it right. So there's a movie called Fast and the Furious with Vin Diesel, and he has a famous line throughout all those series where he says, "It's about family." That is a perfect line for what my life has been, for what my journey has been, because it's been all about family. I have about three sets of family. The first set is my blood family, my mother, my father, my brothers, and my sister. I was raised mostly by my mother. My father left when I was an infant. My mother took over as father and mother, and she did her best. When I was 8 years old, I was hit by a car, and that's when my mother's mother hen instinct kicked in. Because since then, she wanted to protect me, so she brought me in with her mother hen wings and just held me close to her. Uh, that kept me from growing as I normally would, because she kept a very close watch on me. She didn't want me to get hurt. She did the best that she could, and I value my mother because she taught me lessons throughout my entire life, from my beginning to her end. She told me stories about her mother and how her mother had also died in childbirth, and she lost a child. She lost her life. My mother lost a brother who she never got to meet, and she lost her mother. And I think that is the reason that my mother became very protective of us, especially me, since I was the youngest. When I was being born, my mother uh, almost lost her life. I think she did medically die for a few minutes, but she came back. She was brought back. And she said when, in that time that she was gone, she could see a light and she could see her mother telling her, "It's not your time. You have a little boy to take care of. So you need to go back." That's the story she told me. And that explains a lot on the way she treated us and me specifically. I have my brothers and I have my sisters. They all taught me different things at different times. My sister has been there for me. She helped me find the apartment that I live in now. My brothers mostly taught me to. Uh, I'm on my own because they were big brothers and they just did their own thing. But now I have a better relationship with some of them. That's the first part of my family structure. I also have my church family. When I was 17 years old, I met this guy in school, and I was a troublemaker. I was constantly getting in trouble in school. Uh, I was harassing teachers. I was playing pranks that kept getting sent to the principal's office. And this one student, he approached me and said, "You need Jesus." And he proceeded to tell me about Jesus, and he took me to his church. And that's where I met a whole other family, the church family. And throughout the years, that family has changed. Some people have gone, left, come back. But currently, that family has quite a few key members. There's Orlando Salinas, who encouraged me to be a better person, a leader, by joining Toastmasters. I had asked him once, "How do you become a leader without having a title?" And he said, "Be a public speaker." And he proceeded to direct me to Toastmasters. And he's the reason that I'm here in Toastmasters today. There's my pastor with all his wisdom and knowledge and expertise, his many sermons. He's helped me a lot. I have many friends that I can name, but I'll be here all day. But there's so many people that have been part of my family, of my church family. Now we get to the third part, my Toastmasters family. As soon as I walked in here 2 years ago, I began to see what this family was about. Day one, they challenged me to come up and give a speech. They gave me feedback, they encouraged me. And it wasn't until maybe a few meetings later that I started to come out of my shell a little bit more. And I was being invited to go to lunch, be encouraged to give more speeches. 8 months into it, I was elected as club president, and it's been quite a ride. Serving in this club as president, and it was my very first time. It's been an experience. It's something that I look back on. There's been ups and downs. There's little things that I have to do. There's big things I have to do. I have to keep track of. But I always have my Toastmasters family. I have Phyllis. They're asking me to do the agenda, pushing me to do more than what I'm used to doing. Louisa, a constant cheerleader, a constant, just a big support to me, a big help to me. Encouraged me to get out of the boring speeches and put a little bit more humor because she noticed I like to have some humor. So she encourages me to interject that humor into my speeches as much as I can. She challenged me to uh, join clubs. I mean, not join clubs. Join contests, club contests, area contests. And in the latest one, I just received my medal for the humorous speech contest for the area, District 55, second place. And I wouldn't have this medal or any other certificates if it wasn't for Luisa and for Phyllis and all the other members encouraging me. So looking back at my year as president, it's been a wonderful ride meeting new people, meeting new members, uh, helping them as much as I can. And I hope to do my best as area director. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Yes, Frank, you've done an excellent job. And I've spent my life with being chairman of boards and president, and I know what it takes, and you've got it.
Thank you.
So now, that's from one of your family members. So that was where I figured I'd let you have it. So, and Phyllis, what did you think of Frank's speech?
Mr. General Evaluator, I was so impressed with his speech today because I was noticing real close to see if he was going to make any of those ers and ums. But he has gotten so good at this, he uses those pauses, and that's what you're supposed to do, but most of us can't do that. We just, it's hard for us to give a whole speech without having some filler words in there. But today I didn't find one filler word, and I was looking for it, and I really appreciate what you've done, what you've accomplished. Great job. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And Ronnie, what do you think?
I concur with Phyllis. His delivery was excellent. I enjoyed the speech very much. I can tell it was heartfelt. I felt the emotion in your speech as well. I know I haven't known you for very long. I just became a member a few months ago, but I too feel you've done an excellent job and you will continue to do so in the future. I'm very positive of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, with that, I will say to Frank, the segments of the speech are done very well, and this is where you've had our biggest improvement. You also continue to have eye contact. So all the things that we look for in improvement over the years or over time with Toastmasters, you have exceeded and appreciate all the growth that you've had, and you are continuing to grow, and I appreciate being your friend. Thank you very much for making that speech, and you and the new improved, Frank.